Chapter 8. Help you find Eli? What makes you think I can do that? Ethan's request had taken Leah totally by surprise. You are English. You know the English world. I thought that you might know about such things. But I wouldn't know where to begin. Ethan's face fell. I'm sorry I did not know who else to ask. Leah's heart went out to him. Oh, Ethan, don't be sorry. I want to help you. I just don't know if I can. I mean, you told me that Eli dropped out of sight years ago. He could be anywhere. Ethan had confided in her the previous summer about his older brother Eli. Amish kids often quit school to help in their homes and on their farms, but Eli had wanted more education. He had attended high school and had won a college scholarship. Against his family's wishes and against Amish tradition, he had left home to pursue his dreams. His leaving had forced a permanent wedge between him and his family. It had also left Ethan, who had been only 10 at the time, with Eli's responsibilities. To this day, no one spoke Eli's name. To his family, it was as if Eli was dead. I could not stop thinking about him. Ethan's voice sounded tormented. I see him in my dreams, the way he was the last time I saw him. I wonder what he's doing and if he's happy. I think of how he never even knew Rebecca. Rebecca had been born after Eli had left home. Now it was too late for them to know each other, Leah said. Last summer you acted as if you accepted your father's decision about Eli. What changed your mind? I've been troubled about many things. Ethan shook his head sadly. This does not seem right to me. Eli was not even a member of the church. He was never shunned, and yet he is as lost to me as Rebecca. The Amish custom of shunning was reserved for non-compliant church members, but according to Ethan, Eli had never been baptized, so his ejection from the Longacre household was purely the result of their father's unwillingness to allow him the freedom to be his own person. Leah warned, Your father won't like your contacting Eli, you know. I would not tell him. But how could you keep such a secret? Ethan shrugged. I do not know. I only want to see my brother again. I do not want to think about why I should not. Leah chewed her bottom lip thoughtfully. I really don't know how to start searching for him, but I'll bet Neil could help. He knows everything. The fire of hope leaped into Ethan's eyes. Would he do such a thing? He does not even know me. He's never met you, that's true, but Neil would help if I asked him. Neil has been feeling good since Thanksgiving, and this type of project might be one he would be willing to take on, or at least be willing to advise her and Ethan about. Ethan looked relieved and grateful. Thank you, Leah. I will not forget your kindness. This has been on my mind for days, and I could not keep it inside any longer. No problem, Leah said, her teeth chattering. I'm glad you told me. Ethan slid open the glass door, and a blast of heated, smoky air rushed out at them. Leah wasn't sure what was worse, freezing on the balcony or suffocating in the apartment. She stepped inside and immediately saw Jonah. He was leaning against a wall, smoking, holding a beer can, and watching the dancing couples with brooding, heavy-lidded eyes. When he caught sight of Ethan and Leah, he shoved away from the wall and sauntered over. Hello, Leah, he said without a warmth. Back to you, she said with more cheeriness than she felt. I'll get us sodas, Ethan said, and made his way toward the kitchen. Alone with Jonah, Leah wasn't sure what to say. Jonah had never been happy about her friendship with Ethan. Looks like this is the place to come for Amish or English, she said, trying to sound friendly. Jonah shrugged. My friends know they can come here whenever they like. And do whatever they want? Yes, until the police show up, or until the elders ban everyone from being friends with me. He sounded bitter. I went to see Charity yesterday, Leah said, offering the name like a bait. She watched Jonah's expression harden. She is a silly girl, not person enough to think for herself. She's lonely and confused, Leah corrected, and for reasons I can't begin to figure out, she cares about you. Jonah took a long swig of his beer. Well, I no longer care for her. Too bad, she misses you. Jonah turned and brought his face close to Leah's. Do not involve yourself, English. You do not know what it means to be separate. Separate was how the Amish referred to themselves. They kept themselves separated from the rest of the world, following the Bible mandate to be in the world, but not of the world. Leah felt a surge of anger because Jonah had no idea where she was coming from. If he thought Amishness made a person separate, he shouldn't try having cancer. Now that was separation. Leah squared her jaw. You don't look very separate to me, Jonah. You look like some kids I used to know in Dallas. All I did was drink and party too. What's so separate about that? Jonah straightened. If you do not like my party, Leah, then leave. He jiggled his beer can. Empty. He crushed it in his fist. I need a refill. Leah watched him swagger away and felt pity for him. Jonah was caught between two ways of life. He had a foot in both, but he seemed stuck, unable to make up his mind where he wanted to stand. It scared her that Ethan might get caught in the same web of confusion. As the week dwindled, Leah and Ethan became inseparable. Kathy's mother even invited him for dinner one night, and later Leah heard Kathy's mother tell Kathy, "What a nice boy. You should date a boy like him." Leah heard Kathy say, "He's Amish, Mother. How many of them mingle with us in the first place?" "Amish? I'll bet his parents are fit to be tied." "Leah knows what she's doing," Kathy said. "She's not an idiot." Leah was glad that Kathy had defended her, but she wasn't sure about Kathy's conclusion. Maybe she was an idiot. Loving Ethan was risky. What could really ever become of it? And now he had asked her to help locate Eli. She felt a greater turmoil. She didn't want to let him down. The thought of returning to school to boring classes was even less appealing. She could get Neil's or her own health problems off her mind. What if Neil had a relapse? What if she had one? How could her mother handle both of them being sick? How could Leah turn to Ethan for support when he was hundreds of miles away? And if he lived with Jonah, would he turn into a Jonah clone? Leah could hardly stand to think about any of it. Ethan took Leah to their favorite pizza parlor after they spent the afternoon ice skating. The parlor had Happy New Year's banners hanging along the walls, reminding Leah that she had only 2 days left before she had to return home. She thought of Neil and her mother on their way to Detroit for the upcoming round of holiday parties with Neil's old friends. She and Ethan both were in low moods as they nibbled half-heartedly on the food. "I don't want you to leave," Ethan said. "And I don't want to leave," Leah confessed. "Then don't." She gave a mirthless laugh. "Where should I stay? In my car?" He stared morosely out the window. "What can we do, Leah?" Suddenly she sat up straighter. Like a bolt of lightning, an idea struck her. "You know what, Ethan? I just had the craziest idea. I can't stay here, but you can come home with me. Why don't you?"